Good morning, friends. Today is Thursday, May 14th, 2020. It's a little cloudy outside, so hopefully that'll clear up. Today we have art, so I'll put Mr. Steele's video in our GoFormative. And then also our question of the day is going to be, what is your favorite place that you've gone on a trip, or just your favorite place you've gone, like maybe the trampoline place or something like that. So it can be either a trip you've gone on or a place you've gone. One of my favorite trips to go on is to Savannah, Georgia. I really like going there. Jeff and I have gone, and me and my family have gone, so it's really fun. And of course, Disney World's always fun too. So yesterday her mom went on her trip and she left her there, and she's gonna watch the doorbell. So this is the doorbell rings, and you guys guessed yesterday what animal would be first. The next day I stayed right by my mom's office listening. Nothing happened. The day after was the same, not a peep from the bell, but on the fifth day, there I was, reading on the couch, when at long last I heard the magical tinking sound. I popped up so fast I catapulted Sassafras out of my lap. He went flying through the air and let out a yelp, but landed on his feet. Sassafras gave me a grumpy stare, but then his ears turned towards the bell. He heard it too. We both darted for the barn. We couldn't wait to see who needed our help. At the back of the barn, I paused to listen. It was completely silent, except for the pounding of my heart. I grinned down at the Sassafras. Ready, kitty? He meowed and pawed at the door. I took that as a yes. I slowly opened the door to find a small green, scaly animal curled up in the tight ball. I heard a rustling in the bushes and glanced up to see a shimmery blue tail disappear into the forest. Maybe another animal had brought this one here for help. Hello, I called out, but nothing answered, and the mysterious blue animal didn't come back. I gently reached down to touch the smooth green back of the little creature curled up at my feet. As I did, a tiny head peeped up. Oh, I whispered, you're so cute. Two sad eyes stared up at me. Don't worry, little guy, we'll make you feel better. I scooped him into my arms. Sassafras anxiously wove between my legs as I carried the animal into the barn. I set him down on the wood table. You're kind of heavy for such a little thing. I gave him one more gentle pet. He slowly stretched and two little wings and a long tail popped out. He was a dragon. So if you guessed dragon, you were right. And he was so tiny, he just had to be a baby dragon in my barn. Hey, little guy, what's wrong? I don't see any scrapes or cuts, but you wouldn't be at the barn if you didn't need any help. He seemed pretty weak. After looking around, he dropped his head down to the table and just laid there. Sassafras hopped onto the table and gave the dragon a good sniffing. The baby dragon's head popped up and let out a little cough. A spark flew out. Sassafras shot through the air and landed on the ground with all his fur standing on the end. Yikes, I needed to move this guy. So there's Sassafras, and there she is, and the dragon. Before he coughed again. I need to find a place to keep you that won't catch on fire. I looked around the barn. Let's see. Wood, fabric, and hay all burn easily. Bingo. Let's put you in this pen with a dirt floor. If you cough again, the dirt won't catch fire. Phew. Tuck in the baby under my arm. I quickly moved him to the pen. Sassafras hung back and watched us from outside the pen. My kitty was no longer so sure he wanted to cozy up to our new friend. Chapter 7 is Hatching Snakes. Now that I was pretty sure our barn wasn't going to burst into flames, I needed to help the dragon. His tiny body lay there like a little lump. Poor thing. I circled him a few times. At first I thought he might have a cold, but he didn't cough again. I flipped through my mom's science journals. There weren't any entries on dragons. I was stumped. I set the journals on the desk, which knocked my thinking goggles on the ground. Perfect. I dusted them off and popped them onto my head. I could feel a memory tickling my brain right away. Something that had happened last summer. Something with the forest. That was it. Last summer, Mom and I were on a walk. Sassafras, who never missed a good hike, stopped in his tracks by a pile of rocks. So here she is with her thinking goggles. And there they are. Mom knelt down to see what was so captivating. Zoe, do you see this little head peeking out of that egg? These snake eggs are hatching. Let's watch. Each little snake head pushed and pushed until boom, its egg burst open and a baby snake slithered out. barely rested before skittering off into the forest. We watched until only one egg was left. The little snake inside was having a really tough time. Once he popped out, he lay there without moving. He was so much smaller than his brothers and sisters. What's wrong with him? I looked around. Where is their mother? Why isn't she helping them? Snakes aren't mammals like us. They're reptiles. You guys have been learning about that. They have scales and mother snake laid eggs. And the mother snake laid the eggs. Remember how reptiles rarely take care of their babies? I did remember reading that, but now that I was seeing it in person, it seems so cruel. But they're so tiny. They can't take care of themselves. How will they know what to do? Even though they're small, they're born ready to take care of themselves. They know how to hunt to feed themselves, and they know how to hide to keep themselves safe. I looked down at the tiny, weak snake. What will happen to this one? He's so small, I frowned. He seems sick. When animals have a lot of babies at once, sometimes there are a few that aren't as big and strong as the rest. Some people call them runts. I'm so sorry to say, but they usually don't survive. A tear rolled down my cheek. Staring down at that tiny little snake and thinking of him dying was just too sad. Mom gave my shoulder a squeeze. Why don't we give this snake a little help? We could make his first meal nice and easy. It might give him a boost. Many baby snakes like to eat worms. Before my mom could finish her sentence, there she is. Look, there's the eggs. Could finish her sentence, I was furiously digging. I'm a champion worm finder. Without a minute, I found a good-sized one. I felt a little bad because I kind of love worms, but we handed him over. Mom gently wiggled the worm in front of the baby snake, and he perked up. He swallowed the worm in one big gulp. Sassafras yelped at the end of his, as the little snake came to life and bolted into the bushes. I patted my thinking goggles. That was it. Maybe this baby dragon was the runt of the litter. Maybe he was hungry. I'd solved it. All I had to do was get him some... Wait, what do dragons eat? So chapter 8 is called The Food Experiment. And I think you can go ahead and guess what my question's going to be. What do you think dragons eat? So I'll put that in the Go Formative. I hope you guys have an awesome day. I love you and miss you.